the MRes Exchange program. The MRes Exchange program is also aligned. Most of our partners is developed based on our co-tutor and joint PhD partners. We have about 110 co-tutor and joint PhD partners, but we only just started and to build the Master of Research partners. So if you're interested in the university, in your discipline, and then you're interested to do exchange, you can talk to us, have a look at our co-tutor and joint PhD partners, and if on that list, we're happy to develop some new Master of Research for you as well. So application process, and you can contact Belinda, and then it's on the website, but if you're interested in do the MRes Exchange around the world with particular university, contact Belinda during the morning tea, and then they need approval from your supervisor. So the main thing is the exchange have to build into your program, and to enhance your experience, so have to be approved by your supervisor, by the department, by the faculty, and then to the central level as well. So we will look after, with our partners, look after your pastoral care as well. So currently we have all the MRes Exchange University, University of Potsdam, University of Heidelberg in Germany, Gießen, Göttingen. In France we have Lyon, and Israel we have Tel Aviv, and also Jerusalem University. In China we just signed an agreement with East China Normal University, Dalian University of Technology, and also there's Fudan University as well. So those are not limited to those universities, because those are the universities we already have students in those places. But if you're interested in those universities on our co-tutor list, and now we're happy to develop more for you as well. So all the forms and all those things is on the website, and the partner university, as I said, is also on the website. And if you're interested, make sure you talk to Belinda and Jordan as well. The tuition fee, so when you're doing your exchange, you pay your tuition, so whatever your arrangement with it. So if you're an outbound student from Macquarie University going to other university, you don't have to pay the fees in the host university. All you need to do is organize the travel, and also for some accommodation and all the normal costs as well. There are some scholarship available for the Master of Research Exchange program. It depends on which university. Some host university and give some funding to exchange candidates. We can talk to you about that. And some of them you can apply different fundings in the different organizations as well. But in general, you have to pay for the travel, and you have to pay for the living cost in the partner institution as well. So, but you don't have to pay any fees. So that's pretty much, I quickly go through because we're aware we're probably a bit late for that. So Nick, do I have 1 minute for one question? Is there any, I'll just quickly, if there any question, one question?
No, this time, just sort of about 5, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I rushed through because I just don't want to delay the thing. Any questions? No questions, but you can always ask us during the morning tea, or any time you're interested, and send us an email. And Belinda, Jordan, and Louise, and myself will be here as well.
Maybe just to clarify, so if people were interested in exchange, when would they be planning to do it in their candidature?
I think we try to facilitate it in the year 1 and year 2. Both, you can do both. But the main thing is you need to talk to your supervisor and the faculty, because the exchange program have to fit into your program here as well. It really depends on the faculty and the department and your research interests as well. So I wouldn't just say one size fits all. We look at every single individual cases as an individual case. I think the supervisor, make sure if you're interested, talk to your department, talk to your supervisor first. I think that's a critical point. And what with the director, the departmental director, or your MRes director in the faculty level. So they should be the first point of contact. Or if you are in the second year of the MRes program, talk to your supervisor, because they have to agree for you to go exchange as well. So those are the key contacts. Your supervisor, the faculty, MRes directors, should be your first point of contact.
The obvious assumption is, as far as year 1 is concerned, that the collaborative universities run very, very similar coursework units.
Depends on the discipline.
Okay.
Not all the disciplines. Some of those countries don't have English program. So that really depends on some of the disciplines. Those Chinese university and German university have the English program. And sometimes if you understand Chinese or German, you can go to their local language program as well. So it really depends. We have to look case by case.
Yeah, but that's true. I mean, that most of the programs here would be taught in English. So most European master's programs are taught in English and not in the local language. So that wouldn't be a barrier. And we have negotiated agreements with these institutions focusing on individual disciplines. So they've only signed up to these agreements because they believe that both universities have relevant coursework. Yeah.
Would we need to apply for those kind of programs if our interest in going over to the country was literally just to gather research for our thesis?
So if you were planning to, if I understand your question, if you were planning to go on exchange during the research phase of your project, yeah, you can do that.
Well, you can do that, but in the research phase, that you also have to have a supervisor who is interested and also have expertise in your area. So that's even more. We have to not only drill down to the program level, but also to the individual level. But most of the time, if your supervisor already collaborating, so this is the beauty of our strategic partnerships and all our internationalization. 50% of our paper are international collaborated. So it's more likely your supervisor already working with someone in those universities. So that's why your supervisor is the key point of contact.
And just one final point. I mean, the logic of the connection with the CoachUTEL is that the CoachUTEL PhD is this really enriching experience of doing your PhD in two institutions in two countries at the same time. And really the fundamental aim of the MRes Exchange is to allow you to meet, to go to another institution, to meet other researchers and start to plan a CoachUTEL PhD further down the track. So you'd be going down, you'd be having a great experience, but while we're there, you'd be really checking out the possibility of doing a PhD, CoachUTEL PhD down the track.
So we're hoping the colleague from Hamburg is doing MRes Exchange, and maybe you think considering doing a joint PhD when you finish your master degree.
Okay, I've just got a couple more, 5 more minutes. Any other questions either for me or for Ren? You had a question?
I was curious, with the first year also, we're given the opportunity to do one research frontier together. If we're interested in 2 different disciplines, though, can we do 2 frontiers?
Wow, I don't know. Who can answer that question? I think the way that the degree is set up is that we were hoping to maximize the flexibility of the program you put together. So if you wanted to, you could try and put together a program from a variety of different departments. It does need academic approval. So we won't allow you just to do anything. And you won't be allowed to do units where it's not felt that you have the preparation. So you can't do advanced maths if your background is in English literature, for example, or, you'd be surprised what people want to put together. But you can understand the logic behind that. But I don't think that there's really any obstacle to you doing that if you even into right.
I want to do the frontiers unit for cognitive science as well as human sciences. So
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's possible. I mean, what you need to do is talk to Professor Annabelle Lucan, who's the MRes Director in Human Sciences, and she should be able to give you some guidance with that. But I don't think there's any obstacle at all. Interdisciplinary research, I mean, the disciplines that we've inherited, that where academic work gets allocated into pigeonholes, aren't just, there aren't just brick walls between them. The university, the government, in fact, also encourages interdisciplinary research as much as possible. Now, that's not always easy to do because each discipline has its own traditions and its own way of doing things, but it is certainly something that we're looking at people to break down those barriers and to look at connections across the disciplines. So, any other questions?